आरती करे ना ब्रह्मा आदि देव गाने हरि आदि गौरी चामर दुला संजय मुकुंद वासु घोषादिगाय शंखा बजे घंटा बाजे बाजे करताला माधुरा मृदंगा बाजे परम रसाला माधुरा शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे माधुर 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 बाजे माधुर 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 बाजे माधुर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल बाहु कोटि चंद्र जिनी वदन उज्ज्वला बांग्लादेशे बनमाला कोरे झलमाला शिवा शुक नारदा प्रेमे गदा गदा भागति विनोद देखे गौरार संपाद Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasati Gaurara Bhaktavi Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jaya Giri Govardhan, 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 Jaya Kishore Kishori, Jaya Kishore Kishori, Jaya Kishore Kishori, Jaya Kishore Kishori, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Namaste Narasimhaya. Pralada Lada Daine. Hiranyakashipurvakyah. Shrilatankanakalaye. Ito Nasingha Parato Nasingha. Yato Yato Yamitato Nasingha. Mahi Nasingha Rudai Nasingha. Dasinghamadin saranam prapate. Tapakara kamala bare nakam. Akuta singham. Lalita hiranyakashipu. Tano brinha. Keshavarita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadita Hare Jai Jagadita Hare Jai Jagadita Hare. Kesavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadita Hare Jai Jagadita Hare Jai Jagadita Hare. Jaya Nasing Hare Jaya Nasing Hare Nasing Hare Jaya Nasing Hare. Jaya Pralan Mada Jaya Pralan Mada Pralan Mada Jaya Pralan. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. विघ्न विनाशक श्री नृसिंह भगवान की जय. प्रहलाद महाराज की जय. प्रभुपाद की जय. निताय गौर जयम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्री श्रीमद श्री डिवाइन ग्रेस एसी भक्ति वेदांत गोस्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय. जयम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्री श्रीमद श्री डिवाइन ग्रेस एसी भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय. अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्रीदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गो गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिर गोवर्धन की जय। गंगा माई यमुना माई की जय। भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय। श्री श्री किशोर किशोरी की जय। श्री श्री गौर निताय की जय। श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय। श्री श्री सुदर्शन चक्र की जय। श्री श्री गुरु परंपरा की जय। श्री श्री गोस्वामी गण की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री श्री गुरु महाराज की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। All glories to some devotees. All glories to some devotees. All glories to some devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Thank you all for coming today for a special festival, Govardhan Puja and Diwali. We have a very special guest coming in a few minutes. We'll introduce as he comes. But for now, we will be having a small talk by His Grace Radharaman Prabhu. So we'll welcome him with big loud Hari Bol. Hari Bol! So we'll hear from him about the importance of Govardhan Puja.
जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जन बल्लभवा गिरिवर धारी। जय गोपी जन बल्लभवा गिरिवर धारी। यशोदानंदना ब्रज जन नंदना। यशोदानंदना ब्रज जन रंजना। यशोदानंदना ब्रज जन रंजना। जमुना तीरा वनचारी। जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिवाजकाचार्य अश्रुत श्री श्रीमद इज डिवाइन गेस्ट श्रीला AC भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Guru and Gauranga. Okay. So on this auspicious occasion of Govardhan Puja, I would like to welcome all of you to Shri Kishore Kishori's temple. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, in spite of the weather, which is going to remind us of what actually transpired in Govardhan 5,000 years ago. So Govardhan is a special place in our the life of a devotee, and we are just going to touch some aspects of it, that why it is so special. So when we are looking at it, our founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada, he had a lot of love and affection for Govardhan Hill. As a matter of fact, when he was very sick, he was almost at the last stage of his life, just before, few days before he left his body, he called his disciples and expressed his desire to go and do a parikrama of Govardhan. And he was so weak, he couldn't sit, he was really very, very weak, his body was very frail. But that was his desire, so the devotees were really surprised. How could they fulfill his desire? Because that was their life and soul. The doctor who was attending on Srila Prabhupada also advised not to do it. And he said, in case you are doing this yatra, this parikrama, you will die. So he said, what a greater than this to die doing the parikrama of Govardhan. So he had so much of love and affection for Govardhan. Now, who is Govardhan? We hear so much about Govardhan, so we should know who Govardhan is. So in our scriptures, there are several mentions, but I'm going to talk about two of them. They are very nice descriptions how Govardhan is situated where it is now. So one of them is from Garga Samhita. So Govardhan, his father, Dronachal, is also a bigger hill. And they are situated somewhere in southwest of India. So one of the great sages, Pulastya Rishi, he was traveling in the countryside, and he happened to visit that area. And he was talking to Dronachal, the father of Govardhan, and he really liked Govardhan. It was very nice, lush and green, lot of flowers, lot of creepers, very nice fragrance, etc. And where Rishi Pulastya had his ashram, there was nothing like that. So he expressed his desire to Dronachal to take Govardhan with him. But Govardhan was not interested in going with Pulastya Mani. But as was a tradition at that time, if a rishi, especially one like Pulastya Rishi, would request for something or had a desire, it was not polite to turn it down. So Dronachal requested Govardhan to go with Pulastya Rishi. He said, okay, I will go with him, but I have a condition. So he said, okay, what's your condition? So he said, you have to carry me all the way. Once you lift me from here, you cannot put me down anywhere on the way. You have to carry me all the way to the destination. If we stop, if you put me down anywhere on the way, I'm not going to move from there. I'll just stay there. So Pulastya Rishi was a very, very mystic and powerful saint. So he said, yeah, this is not a big challenge. I'll be able to manage it. So let's go. So he lifted Govardhan and the journey began. So Govardhan is a great devotee of the Lord, and it was his desire that he should go to Braja and serve the Lordship rather than going with Pulastya Rishi. So anyway, because of his father's request, he was doing that journey. But when they came close to Vrindavan in Braja, Pulastya Rishi had to answer the call of the nature. So he had no choice. He had to put Govardhan on the ground. And he went and he did his job and came back. And then again he was trying to lift Govardhan. Govardhan won't move. So he said, come on, what's happening? Let's go. So he said, you know, we had an agreement that once you put me down, I'm not going to move. So I am going to stay here now. So the Rishi realized that he has been tricked. He was obviously very disappointed. And Rishis, when they are disappointed, what they do? They immediately curse the person. So in this case, the curse was that every year you will diminish by the size of a grain of sesame seed. So every year Govardhan goes down little bit. Every day Govardhan goes down little bit. So initially, when Govardhan came to Braja, he was a huge mountain. But because of the curse of Pulastya Rishi, gradually it's going down and becoming smaller and smaller in size. So that's how it happened to be situated where it is now. Later on, we are going to see what pastimes took place in which Govardhan played a very important role. And not only he played a very important role, it was a very great service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The other reference is from Adi Varaha Purana. That's also very interesting, and that happened in Treta Yuga at the time of Lord Ramachandra. So when Lord Ramachandra was, searching for Mother Sita, and they had to attack Lanka, so they had to build a bridge on the sea. So they were looking for all rocks and stones and mountains, those kind of stuff to build the bridge. So Hanuman, who was a very trusted, friend, or you can say companion of or devotee of Lord Ramachandra, he was entrusted with the job of collecting the rocks and stones. So he believed in doing big things. So he said, no point in collecting small stones from here and there. I'll take a big mountain and just put it there, and the bridge is done. So he somehow happened to pick up Govardhan, and he started moving in the direction of Lanka, keeping Govardhan in his hand. And when they were near Vrindavan, near Braj, Hanuman heard a voice that the bridge is completed. We don't need any rocks anymore. So Hanuman immediately put the mountain, Govardhan, on the ground and say, okay, you stay here. But Govardhan was very disappointed because he, like I said earlier, he is a great devotee of the Lord and he wanted to serve the Lord. And now being told that you cannot come and serve Lord Ramachandra, he was again very disappointed. And now Govardhan wanted to curse Hanuman. But before he could do that, Hanuman told Govardhan that don't worry, I know you are very disappointed, but in Dwapar Yuga, Lord Krishna will come and you will have the opportunity to participate in the pastimes of Lord Krishna. So your desire will be fulfilled, but you have to wait for some time, which was a couple of thousands of years. So Govardhan waited there till Krishna appeared, and then he had the opportunity of participating in Krishna's pastimes. In Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, there is a big description of the pastimes of Govardhan Puja and Kartik months. So in 10th canto, chapter 21, text number 18, it is said, Hantayam Adarir Abala Hari Dasa Varyo, which means of all the devotees, this Govardhan hill is the best. Hari Dasa Varyo. Hari means the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Dasa means servant. And Varyo means the best. So because Govardhan gave himself fully for the service of the Krishna, service of the Lord, he is visualized as Haridasa Varya, the supreme, the best among the devotees. In Nectar of Instruction, Updesha Mitra, Rupa Goswami, in text number 9, he also says something very interesting about glorification of Govardhan. So he says in this text that holy place known as Mathura. Have you heard of Mathura? Is the district in which Vrindavan is situated. Okay? So it is also a holy place, and Krishna was born there. So holy place known as Mathura is superior to Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha, everybody knows, or somebody doesn't know what Vaikuntha is or where Vaikuntha is. So Vaikuntha is the place where is the abode of the Lord. The Lord resides in Vaikuntha. But superior to that is Mathura, because the Lord appeared there. Then it says further, superior to Mathura is Vrindavana. The forest of Vrindavan is even superior to Mathura because of Krishna's Rasa Leela pastimes were played there. Then superior to Vrindavan is Govardhan hill. And why it is so? For it was raised by the divine hands of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, and was site of various pastimes of Lord Krishna, which took place in that area. So Govardhan hill, or that Govardhan area, is even superior to Mathura, it is superior to Vrindavan, it is superior to Vaikuntha. That is the glory of Govardhan, and we are going to talk about the Govardhan pastime now, which took place there. So our Srimad Bhagavatam is our encyclopedia. It talks in detail a lot about pastimes of Giri Govardhan. But and they are very, very deep and really vast. But we have time constraints, so we will speak maybe a little bit for a shorter time. So in month of Kartik, the residents of Braja, or we call them Brajvasis, they used to worship Lord Indra. They were mostly the Vaishya people. Vaishya means who were mercantile people. They would be the farmers, etc. So after 4 months of rainy season, monsoon in India, when it would be over, in order to thank Lord Indra, who is the Lord of rain, who is responsible for that, they would thank him and they would worship him. So Nanda Maharaj, father of Krishna, and all his associates, they were preparing for the worship. And it was really a huge preparation, like you see when a big function takes place, you are cooking so much, you are collecting so much of paraphernalia, so on and so forth. So everybody was busy preparing for the occasion. Then Krishna, though he knew what was happening, he just pretended to be very innocent. And that is really very special about Krishna, that he knows everything, but he acts very innocently. And that's why, all the residents of Braja, they really loved Krishna because he was so innocent. So he was inquiring from his father, what's happening, what are you doing, what are you preparing for, you are doing, everybody is busy doing so much, endeavors. So his father explained that we are going to worship Lord Indra because he is the supply, he supplies us, he gives us water, he gives us rain, without which we will not be able to survive. So Krishna said, but I don't think you need to worship Indra for that. So he said, when there was a discussion between the father and son, and Krishna explained, Krishna tried to convince his father. He said, you are worshipping him because he provides rain. But if you do good, you have good karma, then rain will come. Indra or no Indra, the rain will come. So we means like the residents of Braja, we are dependent on cows, we are dependent on Brahmanas, and we are dependent on Govardhan hill for our maintenance. So if we have to do any offering or if we have to do any worship, we should be worshipping these entities and not Lord Indra. So it was a very, very bold statement for Vrajvasis to hear from a little boy. because it was a tradition which has been carrying on since time immemorial, and to undo with that, not to do it, everybody was not very sure about it. But that was a big risk, because they knew the powers of Indra, they knew who he was and how he could react if they don't worship him properly. So Krishna, in order to convince his father and other residents of Braja, he preached them what we call Karma Mimamsa philosophy. Karma Mimamsa philosophy, though it is covered atheism, but it basically meant that if you do your work nicely, you will get the results are sure to come. You will get some results. So there is no need to worship any demigod. Just people should focus their attention on their work, and they will get the results. So after some discussion, going back and forth, they agreed that okay, we will not be worshipping Indra, and we will be worshipping the cows, we will be worshipping the Brahmanas, and we will worship Govardhan hill. And why did they agree? Why did the residents of Braja agreed, knowing fully well that there can be a reaction from Indra for this deed? Because they loved Krishna. And it was just they wanted to please Krishna. At whatever cost they have to please Krishna, they would do that. So in spite of the fact that they knew in their heart that there will be a reaction, there will be some negative reaction from Krishna, from Indra, they still agreed for it. So Krishna advised them that okay, you have already collected all the paraphernalia, you have collected the bhoga, etc. for worshipping Indra. Let's use the same paraphernalia and same bhoga, etc. for worship of the Brahmanas, the cows, and the Govardhan hill. And then they had a very big festival. So when everybody had cooked something, everybody had brought some bhoga items, then Krishna also, took the form of Govardhan hill. He became a huge in-person Govardhan, not the same Krishna. So we had a baby Krishna and we had a huge Govardhan Krishna. And that huge Govardhan Krishna, he started accepting all the offerings which were made by the residents of Braja. And as he was eating, he practically ate everything what was there. Then they are saying, he's eating and everything is finished. Then he says, Aniyora, Aniyora, I need more, I need more. So people are running here and there. They are cooking more bhoga, bringing it to Krishna, bringing it to Govardhan hill. And Govardhan hill is eating all that. Then little Krishna tells all these Vrajvasis, he says, every year you have been worshipping Indra. For so many years you have been worshipping him. Did he come even once and accepted your offerings? And they said, well, he did not. So he said, now look at Govardhan hill. Govardhan hill is so gracious that whatever you offered, he accepted it. So this was a huge festival, everybody enjoyed it. And after that, they, under the directions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, the cows, the calves, the Brahmanas, the Gopas, the Gopis, everybody, they did a parikrama of Govardhan hill. And that was the first documented parikrama of Govardhan hill. Everybody really enjoyed it very immensely. Unlimited happiness. The Brajvasis had never been so happy in their life. But there was one person who was not happy. Who was that person? Indra. Now, Indra is not an ordinary human being. Indra is the king of the demigods. Okay? So he has a very, very powerful position. And he has been entrusted with very serious services, very serious managerial and administrative services by Krishna. So to make him angry is not a joke. It is a serious issue. So what did he do? He had to obviously take some kind of a revenge because he was insulted. He felt he was ignored and he was insulted. So he has to teach these residents of Braja a lesson. And this little boy, they are listening to him. I have to teach him also a lesson. So with that plan, he started making some arrangements. Now something which Krishna does not tolerate is in a devotee is false pride. If any devotee of Krishna has false pride, then Krishna, by whatever means, makes sure that that false pride is crushed. Because if that pride is not crushed, then it will spread like a cancer and kill the devotion of the person as such. So the false pride has to be crushed. So now Indra was enraged. He called his army of clouds, and the commander of the clouds was Samvartaka cloud. Samvartaka cloud was so powerful that it could cause devastation anywhere at any time, just in few minutes. So we have heard of Hurricane Ian, correct? Everybody knows about Hurricane Ian? Yeah. Okay. So he called Samvartaka and ordered him to create devastation in Vrindavan. Then there was torrential rains, there was flooding all over, there was lightning, thunder, whatever one could think of. Something, it was, we are having rains today, so it's not that bad, but this is just a sample of what could happen, what might have happened at that time. So Samvartaka was assigned this responsibility. He tried his best. Then what did Krishna do? I have to cut short description a little bit because we have a important guest who would like to address all of you. So I'll cover my message, but I'll be little in the condensed form. So Krishna lifted the Govardhan hill as we lift a piece of mushroom. So, and the Govardhan hill acted as an umbrella for all the residents, because once it started flooding, they were all concerned and they were worried. And they all came to Krishna that please protect us, because you are the one who told us to do, and now we are facing all this, fury. So Krishna then protected and asked everybody to come under the Govardhan hill. So all the residents were there, and even though there was a lot of anxiety, there were a lot of, they lost practically whatever was there in the floods, but they were very happy. Because for 7 days and 7 nights, this endeavor of Indra lasted. And Krishna was holding, balancing this big mountain on the little finger of his left hand, the pinky finger of his left hand. He was balancing this big mountain. Then all the residents were there. They had an opportunity to associate with Krishna for 7 days and 7 nights, which never happened in the past. So that way, they were really very happy. Then when Samvartaka was not able to achieve any results, Indra realized that he has done a big mistake. Then he went to his guru, Brihaspati. Brihaspati is the guru of demigods. He went to him and asked for his advice. And he told him that, okay, you go to Surabhi cow. There was a special cow you go, which is very dear to Krishna. Cows are generally very dear to Krishna, but Surabhi cow is very, very special. So Brihaspati asked Lord Indra to go to Surabhi cow and request her to come along for seeking forgiveness from Krishna. So they went together, and then Indra apologized to Krishna, and Krishna, being a merciful spiritual father, he pardoned Indra. Then as the water subsided, all the residents of Braja, they went home, and for them, the life became normal. Now, we normally talk at place of our work, also in temple, other places, we talk of multitasking, correct? So So Krishna was the biggest multitasker we have. By any one action of his, he accomplishes many purposes. He achieves a lot. So even with this particular pastime of Govardhan Puja, Govardhan Leela, he accomplished a lot. And I will just briefly talk about them. So first of all, he protected Indra. Indra was very much puffed up because of false pride. So Krishna made sure that the false pride which Indra had is taken care of, and which Indra realized, and he then seek the forgiveness. Then Krishna is the protector of cows and brahmanas, so he protected the cows and brahmanas, and he made sure that everybody who is under Krishna's protection, they are very well taken care of. Then he brought all the residents of Braja together. So sometimes when people are working, they don't have time for each other. They don't get to see each other. But for these 7 days and 7 nights, all the residents of Braja, they were together. And finally, he reciprocated with Govardhan Hill. Govardhan Hill, being a devotee of the Lord, he reciprocated that people, the residents of Braja, they are worshipping him. So that way he reciprocates with his devotees, and he accomplishes many tasks by just one action of his. So like I said, I have to cut short some of the descriptions, for which I seek your forgiveness. But I hope we have a great festival here, and all of you enjoy it tonight. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Radha Raman Prabhu, for your wonderful discourse this evening. So we have a very, very special guest among us. He is our congressman, Raja Krishnamurthy. He represents the 8th district of Illinois, which includes Chicago West and the Northwest suburbs. He has a long list of credentials. I know he has a very tight time, so I don't want to talk a lot, but we are very, very grateful and very honored that you came here this evening. On behalf of our founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada and our temple management, we extend our warm welcome to you this evening. So I would like Congressman Rajamurthy to please speak a few words of inspiration on this very special occasion. Thank you.
Namaste. Happy Diwali to everybody. I'm honored to be here, and as I like to tell people, I'm honored to be any place they can pronounce my name right. This is a true story. When I first ran for office in Illinois, I said, "Hi, my name is Raja Krishnamurthy." And the person in Chicago looked right back at me and said, "Roger Christian Murphy. Very nice to meet you." Then he said, "I didn't know the Irish made it to India." So in any case, it's wonderful to be here in this beautiful temple. I want to observe those 3 rules of public speaking: be short, be sweet, and be gone. And so 3 points that I have. I'm so thrilled that I'm with you during this festival season. And so the first point is, can you give a big round of applause to all the organizers of tonight's it takes a lot. As you know, it takes a lot to prepare the food and to organize the festivities and to bring the speakers. And so thank you to the leadership for what they do to keep this place alive and humming. Second, I want to say thank you to all of you. Thank you to all of you for supporting. Yes, you should give yourselves a round of applause. I think that's a good idea. High self-esteem is a sign of good health. So I'm glad we recognize that when we bring our children and we bring our families, we expose them to our culture, our values, our heritage, and we pass it along. And we always remember that this is a living religion. For it to continue to survive and thrive, we need our children to also be a part of it. I think there's some feedback. Third and final point is this. I am proud to be one of the only Hindu American congressmen in Washington, D.C. And I'm so glad that I am among the Krishna conscious. As you know, I'm Krishnamurti conscious. And so I feel very much at home. Basically, I just want to tell you that I think that there's an old saying in Washington, D.C., if you don't have a seat at the table, you're on the menu. And nobody can be on the menu, especially when it comes to our families, our children, our community, our values, everything that we hold near and dear and that we try to espouse through our practice of our religion. And as a Hindu American, I continue to try to do my dharma and try to do my duty. I try to remember karma. What goes around comes around. And I also remember Vasudeva Kudumbakam. The universe is our family. Am I right about that? The universe is our family, and basically what that means is we treat everybody with honor and dignity and respect and equality, and we treat everyone as we would want to be treated ourselves. Am I right about that? That is at the heart of what I think all the great religions teach. It's just they teach it in different ways. In our own religion, in Hinduism, we have our own tradition of how we teach the golden rule, if you will. And also how we live among each other and treat each other and operate as a society. I try to put those principles into action in Washington, D.C. And although we are far from perfect, I try to practice the principles that you teach to your children and that you teach to the congregation as best as I can. And so what I always say, though, is now it is election season. And I don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat. I don't care if you're independent or unaffiliated. It's time to vote. Am I right about that? And so, we have to make sure that everybody does that. And I hope that you keep that in mind, regardless of which community you live in, regardless of which offices you plan to vote for. And I also say it's also time for everybody to get involved in causes bigger than yourself. We all know that. And the third and final point is I always leave this lesson, especially for the younger people, which is it's time to run for office. It would be good to have more Krishna-conscious people in public life. Am I right about that? When I think of Krishna-conscious people, I think of people who are conscious of life, who are conscious of the divinity in all of us. And if we are conscious of the divinity in all of us, then we're much more likely to treat each other accordingly. And so I hope that you or your children or members of your family consider running for office. When I was growing up, my father said, Raja, you could do anything you want to do in life. I said, really? He said, yes. You could be a civil engineer, a mechanical engineer, electrical engineer, computer engineer, or a doctor. And so I ended up getting a mechanical engineering degree, but now I'm in Congress. And so I hope that your children think about running for office, being in public service, because it will make the world a better place. So with that, I just want to say thank you. I close with my favorite saying, which is, yesterday is history, tomorrow's a mystery, but today is a gift. That's why we call it the present. I'm honored and blessed to be among you because I feel a certain warmth and a certain humanity among you. And it's an infectious spirit. And so I hope that even as you have that spirit within this room, let's take it outside this building and let's spread it far and wide. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Congressman Raja Krishnamurti ki jai. So, sir, we're so grateful for you to be here on behalf of our beautiful deities, our founder Acharya, and our community. We thank you so much.
You.
And this is a small token for our community to you.
Oh, wow.
And it's such a blessing because you're such a busy person. You have such an important work to do, and you still take the time to share with us. And just to hear you speak is just, it gives you hope, because this world right now is so full of conflict, and there's such an important work to do. And to have someone who understands these principles, these universal principles, it gives us hope. So we thank you for your work, and may Krishna give you the strength and the life to actually achieve all your goals. Thank you again. Thank you, everybody.
Hare Krishna. So the next part of our program will be a drama. So they're already setting it up. So you can, arrange yourself so you can see the drama. So it'll take a few minutes before we start. Mataji, are we ready? Hare Krishna. The drama is going to be on this side because there is offering here. If you want to see, please you will have to move yourself over there. Otherwise, you won't be able to see the drama. श्री किशोर किशोरी भगवान की जय, जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा मानी सुदर्शन जी की जय, गौर निताय की जय. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. First of all, I would like to thank everyone for coming down on a Tuesday afternoon. But today we're doing a play for Govardhan Leela, and it's called Krishna's Heart, Govardhan. We seek all of the devotees' blessings and Prabhupada's blessings to be able to act out this play and perform it in front of everyone. And we seek all of your blessings and Krishna's and Prabhupada's. Thank you.
प्रभु क्यों नहीं जा रहा है इनको? बाल प्रभु है क्या?
How fortunate is this Govardhan! Krishna and Balaram are always playing on him, and he is continuously enjoying their association. Govardhana continuously touches the lotus feet of the Lord. Krishna loves Govardhan so much. Do you know why does Krishna love Govardhan so much? Because Govardhan is a... This Govardhan, Krishna and Balaram are always playing on him, and he is continuously enjoying their association. Govardhana continuously touches the lotus feet of the Lord. Krishna loves Govardhan so much. Do you know why does Krishna love Govardhan so much? Nutritious roots, pleasing crystal clear water, and many more gifts to Krishna and all the devotees. And sattva scabs for cows and calves. Govardhana is the best devotee of Krishna. I love Govardhan. Yes! Govardhan is best! Come on, friends, our mothers must be weeping. Mother was saying today is a big sacrifice. I am so excited. We must sleep. We need to help prepare for today's sacrifice. Yes, let's go. Today is such a special day. Everyone looks so happy. I'm so happy. Today we're going to eat lots of laddus, kachoris, samosas. Yes, but when sacrifice is over. Well, let's go see what's happening. It looks so fun. Come on, Krishna. Let's go. Let's see what is happening on. Okay, let's go. My dear Father, what is the sacrifice? What is its purpose? How is it performed? I want to know everything.
My dear Krishna, you are too young to understand this.
Why are you not telling me? Is it a secret? But you can tell me because I am your son. And if you will not tell me, how will I know? Is this sacrifice a tradition or Vedic?
My dear boy, this worship is traditional. You know that rainfall is very important for us to produce grains. We cannot live without grains. We get this rain by the mercy of King Indra because he controls the rainfall. Therefore, to show gratitude to Indra, we are arranging this sacrifice. When King Indra will be pleased, he will kindly send us the cloud regularly, which will pour down enough rain for our crops.
But Father, why should we worship Indra for rain? He is just doing his duty as a demigod.
But we must satisfy the god of rain, else we will not get good results only by our actions. I think all villagers will agree to this, that we must perform this sacrifice.
Yes, Nanda Maharaj, we cannot get anything good only by material activities. We must worship and satisfy the god of a particular supply. Lord Indra is supplier of rain. We must satisfy him by nicely worshipping him so we can get good rain year after year.
You agree that our farms grow from rain, right? But rain comes from clouds. What Indra has to do with it?
That is true, Krishna. Ocean doesn't worship Indra, but rain falls on ocean too.
Yes, if someone truly gives us something and makes us happy, that is our beloved Govardhan! Yes! Our cows feed on soft grass on Govardhan Hill and give lots of milk.
Govardhan has many trees that give us sweet, juicy fruit.
And the clean waterfalls of Govardhan give us pure and cool water to drink. When there's too much heat, the dense trees of Govardhan give us peaceful rest in their cool shades. And we will all have to spend hours in the lap of Govardhan. People of Vrindavan are dependent on Govardhan in so many ways. and Govardhan supplies us everything with so much love. That's so true, my dear friends. Oh, Father, I request you to please begin a sacrifice that will satisfy the Brahmanas and Govardhana hill. All this arrangement is already done. We should worship Govardhana with this and that Indra. Yes, Govardhan! 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 Govardhan!
Then let us all perform Govardhan Puja.
Govinda bolo Hari Gopal bolo. 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 Radha Raman Hari Gopal bolo. Radha Raman Hari Gopal bolo.
Dear inhabitants of Vrindavan, I am your dear friend Krishna. Govardhan is my own transcendental form. There is no difference between me and Govardhan. I will accept all your offerings in my transcendental form of Govardhan.
Let's see how Govardhan is kind accepting all our offerings. For the good fortune of cows and farms, we must worship Govardhana every year now.
These impudent residents of Vrindavan are carried away by this child. These foolish forest dwellers dare to challenge me, the king of heaven? This boy is nothing but an ordinary child, and they dare to defy the demigods on his strength? Ha 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 ha! I will summon Samvarta, my clouds of devastation. They will take care of these offensive residents of Vrindavan by drowning the whole village. Samvarta!
All glory is to the Lord. What can I do for you, my Lord?
Fly to Vrindavan and drown the whole area with a big flood. Destroy the cows so that their prosperity will vanish. Destroy their homes and wealth. On the foolish advice of a child, they have neglected their sacrifice to me. They must suffer. I will also come with great storms to severely punish the
diplomacy, and perhaps somehow forgot his relationship with me. He has become proud with the power that I have given him. I will help relieve him of the false pride. I will protect the Gujarati's. They are my responsibility who are completely dependent on me. My dear Rajavasis, you can safely enter the umbrella of Govardhan. Do not be afraid. You are greatly suffering from heavy rain, strong wind. Your opulence is due to my mercy. Now, you can return to
Krishna, everyone. Can we get a big Hari Bol for all these kids? So first of all, I would like to thank everyone for encouraging us and watching this play. And we hope that you are all pleased with the efforts of all these kids. All of them are from the Bhaktivedanta Sunday School, and all of them are different ages. And we really appreciate all of you for coming to practice, even with school and homework. And I would like to introduce all of them. So first of all, we have Mamta, who is a gopi. We have Swarna, who is also a gopi. Janvi, who is a gopi. And Krishangi, who is a gopi. Next, we have the Gopas. So Arjun, who is a gopa. Hamansh, who is a gopa. Satvik. And Chaitanya. Chaitanya was also Samvartika. Okay, Bhavik was an elder gopa. Radhika, who is Krishna. Rama Krishna, who is Nanda Maharaj. And Indra, who is Adish. And we would also like to thank all the adults who helped out during the play with the background help. So a big Hari Bol to Mohan Mohini Mataji, Rekha Mataji, Karunika Gopi Mataji, Chelam Mataji, Amit Prabhu, Sanjay Prabhu, and lastly, Paramatma Prabhu for script editing, and of course, me for Samvartika, and the director, Amara Devi Dasi. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Did you guys all like the drama? Hariva! Wonderful job, everyone. So right now we will have Govardhan Puja, and while that is going on, we'll have a kirtan. You can also circumambulate Govardhan here, but please make it as fast as possible, because 7:45 we'll do Damodar Ashtakam, because it's a month of Kartik. We'll all get to wave ghee lamps to the Lord. So we'll start Govardhan Puja now. Hare Krishna.
Sri Govardhan Puja Mahamahotsav ki, Sri Giriraj Maharaj ki, Bolo Giriraj Maharaj ki, Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan. Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan. Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan. Jaya Radha, Giridhari Radha, Giridhari Radhe. Jaya Radha, Giridhari Radha, Giridhari Radhe. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Sri Radhe. So everybody, we're going to start to circumambulate the hill. So do it very orderly and try to move, keep moving, because if you don't move, everything gets stuck. Okay, thank you very
Request
much.
you all to do only one round. You can also do circumambulation outside, but here only one round. Please, there are so many people.
Namo Vishnu Padaja Krishna Prestaja Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine. Prabhupada. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine. Everybody move, move, move. Don't stay. Keep moving. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Gora. Keep moving, everybody, keep moving. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan. Jaya Vrindavan. Sri Govinda Gopinata Madhana Mohan. Sri Govinda Gopinata Madhana Mohan. Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan. Giriraj Maharaj ki jai ho. Please keep circling, don't move. Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan. Keep moving, everybody, keep moving, please, don't stay. Kalindi Jamuna Jayo Jaya Mahavan. Kalindi Jamuna Jayo Jaya Mahavan. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
You want to finish it today? Come on.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Giriraj. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hey. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Giriraj, Giri Govardhan. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Chan Chan Chan. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare. Oh Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare. Jai Giriraj. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan. Jaya Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan. Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan. Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan. Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan. Jaya Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan. Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan. Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol. Jaya Radha, Damodara Radha, Damodara Sri Radhe. Jaya Radha, Damodara Radha, Damodara Sri Radhe. Jaya Radha, Giridhari Radha, Giridhari Sri Radhe. Jaya Radha, Giridhari Radha, Giridhari Sri Radhe. Jaya Kishor Kishore, Kishor Kishore, Kishor Kishore, Jaya Kishor Kishore. Jaya Kishor Kishore, Jaya Kishor Kishore, Kishor Kishore, Jaya Kishor Kishore. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Bolo Giriraj Maharaj ki, Giriraj Maharaj ki, Bolo Giriraj Swami ki, Sri Sri Radha Damodar ki, Sri Sri Radha Damodar ki, Sri Sri Kishor Kishor ki, Sri Sri Gaura Nitai ki, Sri Jagannath Sri Baladev Sri Mati Subhadra Maharani ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Sama Beta Bhakta Brinda ki, Nitai Gaura Premanande Hare Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, everyone. We're going to have Damodar Ashtakam. So please line up over there to do the aarti over there.
Jayam Vishnupat Paramahansa Parivrajacharya Ashtottara Shatashishimad. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Jayam Vishnupat Paramahansa Parivrajacharya Ashtottara Shatashishimad. His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki. Sri Sri Kishor Kishori ki. Sri Govardhan Puja ki. Nitai Gaura Premanandi. Oh, glories to assembled devotees. Oh, glories to assembled devotees. Oh, glories to assembled devotees. I'm supposed to sing. Namah Nishwaran Satchidananda Rupam Lasakundalam Gokule Brajamanam. Namamishwaran Sachid Ananda Rupam Lasat Kundalan Gokule Brajamanam. Namamishwaran Sachidananda Rupam Lasakundalango Kule Brajamanam. Jasoda Bijolu Kala Davamana. Jashoda Bijolu Kala Davamana. Paramristana Yanta To Dutya Gotya. Paramristan Atyanta To Dutya Gotya. Vedanta Muhur Netra Jugmamijantam Karam Bhuja Jugmena Shatanka Netram. Muhu Chumbitam Muhu Swasakampa Virekanka Kanta Stita Graiva Dhamodaram Bhakti Bhadam. Iti Drikshwalilabhir Ananda Kunde Swagoshani Majantan Akyapajantan. Padija Sita Gesur Bhaktar Jitatwan Puna Prenatas Tamsata Vriti Bhande. Namamishwaran Sachidananda Rupam Lasakundalango Kule Brajamanam. Namo Deva no Padam Deva Mokshana Mokshavadimba Nachanya Brine Hambare Sarapiha. Idante Vapurnata Gopalabhalam Sadam Manasya Dirastam Kinanyai.
mukham bojam atyantamilai sitagai Britam kuntalai snigda ratacha gopya. We're doing once more. Ivante mukham bojam atyantamilai Britam kuntalai snigda ratascha gopya. Chumbitam bimba rattadaram me manasya virastan ayan lakshalabhai. Namamishwaran Satchidanandarodhan Lasakundalango Kule Brajamanan. Namo Deva Damodarananta Deshino Prasida Prabodika Jaglavinatnam. Iti Drikshwalila Virno Kripa Dristri Dristyadi Tinam Batanu Grihane Saman Agya Evyakshi Driksha. Kripa Dristri Dristyadi Tinam Batanu Grihane Saman Agya Evyakshi Driksha. Kubera majo badha murtyai bajavat twaja mochitao bhakti bajao kritao cha. Tata prema bhakti swakham me prajacha namokshe graho mesti damodareha. Namamishwaram Satchidanandarodhan Lasakundalango Kule Brajamanam. Namamishwaram Satchidanandarodhan Lasakundalango Kule Brajamanam. Namastestu Dhamma Spura Diptidame Twadijodara Jatha Vishwasadhamne. Namo Radhika Jai Twadi Jai Prija Jai. Namo Radhika Jai Twadi Jai Prija Jai. Namo Nanta Leela Ja Deva Jatubhyam. Namo Nanta Leela Ja Deva Jatubhyam. Namo Radhika Jai Twade Jai Preja Jai. Namo Radhika Jai Twade Jai Preja
যায় নমো অনন্ত লীলা যাবে বাজা তুভ্যাং নমো অনন্ত লীলা যাবে বাজা তুভ্যাং নমামীশ্বরং সচ্চিদানন্দরূপং রসকুণ্ডলং গোকুলে ব্রজমানং যশোদা বিজয়কালাধাবমানা যশোদা বিজয়কালাধাবমানং Paramrisanatyantato drutya gopya Paramrisanatyantato drutya gopya Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Whoa. Hari Bol Kishore Kishore ki So everybody who finished the offer, keep going with the rhythm. Everybody who go and finish offering, you can go and take prasadam upstairs so we can start to move the temple out. So please go if you finish the offer, okay? Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Bolo, bolo, bolo. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Giriraj Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Bolo Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Govinda Hari Gopala Hari. Govinda Hari Gopala Hari. Govinda Hari Gopala Hari. Govinda Hare Gopala Hare. Jaya Jaya Sachinandana Gaura Hare. Jaya Jaya Sachinandana Gaura Hare. Gaura Hare. Gaura Hare. Jaya Jaya Sachinandana Gaura Hare. Jaya Jaya Sachinandana Gaura Hare. Jaya Jaya Nanda Nandana Shama 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 Hare. Jaya Krishna Hare, Jaya Rama Hare. Jaya Krishna Hare, Jaya Rama Hare. Jaya Jaya Nanda Nandana Shama Hare. Jaya Jaya Nanda Nandana Shama Hare. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol. Mithai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol. बोलो गिरिराज महाराज की, श्री गोवर्धन पूजा महामहोत्सव की, श्री श्री किशोर की, श्री श्री राधा दामोदर की, श्री कार्तिक व्रत की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंद हरि बोल. Oh, glories to the assembled devotees. Oh, glories to the assembled devotees.
All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shishiguru and Shigauranga. Thank you everybody for participating in this most wonderful pastime of the Lord. We are actually doing it ourselves, right? We're going around Govardhan. Hare Krishna. Thank you everybody. Please enjoy Krishna Prasadam. Hare Krishna. We'll see you next Sunday.